Hey guys, in this video today, I'm looking at the ThinkScan Max made by Thinkcar. This particular reader is basically an Android tablet that's fully functioned specifically for OBD specific car functions, from maintenance to oil resets to monitoring different variables in a vehicle. And I picked this particular one up from Amazon. It was online, just had to try it out. And the link is down below in the description if you decide you want to pick one up as well. Without further ado, let's get back to it. Out of the box for the first time, and it's wrapped in this white sleeve, so I'm just going to rip that off and get to the product. And inside this packaging there is a password letter which is used to pair the device to the OBD reader that's literally built into it, and then a list of all the different Thinkcar ThinkScan type products. And opening this up, we have the tablet itself, which does have a plastic protected film on it. It's pretty simple from the outside, just a power button, USB type port, and also the dongle built into it. This is where the dongle sits. Push in and that comes out. So now just holding the power button down, it comes on. Just gonna put this aside for now as it boots up. Right under this, there is this full-fledged manual that comes in different languages, as well as the charging plug and the charging cable. For first-time users, definitely read through the manual because it was confusing for me the first time. And now we're going to walk through the setup quickly. It does ask for the language. It does come in many different languages. I'm just going to choose English going forward. Select the network settings. Agree to the different terms and conditions. And then I had to create an account to sign into. Which, by the way, the verification code is not from the password letter. That's the one that goes straight to your email address. The screen after registration is the one that asks for the serial number and activation code. And after doing that, device activates and we're good to go. The software on this tablet, as well as the configurations, does have an update feature, and it does request for updates over time. So when you're connected to Wi-Fi, you're able to download all these different updates, and the configurations for the vehicles can be up to date. And now we're going to start with the scan part of the menu. This particular one has an auto search feature. Otherwise, you can just scroll to all the different makes here, in which there are many different configurations that can be updated. It does get overwhelming, and this is not the screen that I actually start on. It's actually the screen that's after this one, which is OBD. For most of us that are reading codes and reading monitors and all that stuff, OBD is the screen that you want to go to. And after that, there's the maintenance screen, of which they tout there are so many different types of systems in which you can reset the lights for, or even read some configurations for. ThinkFile just has the different files as you record. This shows all the different vehicle diagnostics that you're able to possibly download or buy. And the setup screen has all the configurations pertaining to the tablet, like brightness, volume, time, diagnostic zone, etc. The repair section is where you're able to research different types of codes and coverages, and even some videos on how to do certain functions. So if I want to know if I can read up on certain parts of a car, I could just check the coverage list and see that all the systems are either supported or not supported. And with all that said, we're going to remove this dongle and let's try it out on an actual car with a check engine light on. So here's a particular Toyota Prius with a battery issue, where we have the triangle, the check engine light, brake light, and VSC light on. So I have here the ThinkScan Max. I'm just going to take this dongle out and then plug it into the OBD port. And then on the device itself, I tap OBD, which will actually search for the proper OBD, auto-select it, and then proceed into the different functions. On the resulting screen, you're able to tap on these different items like the readiness monitors, check engine light status, and then go from there. After tapping OK, the next screen allows you to read live data, read fault data, and basically every other thing that a typical scanner would do. So then I tap on read fault data, followed by the make of the car that I'm sitting in where this is plugged in, and then it shows me specifically what the code is and what exactly that means in English, which is helpful compared to a regular scanner where I'd have to research that right afterwards. Now, if I had a different issue like a misfire, I could read the different data pertaining to that by clicking here, And I'm able to see like evap sensors and even misfire, and it'll show me if it's like a pass or a fail. That will help me isolate where the issue may be. And when I think I'm all good and fixed the issue, I can tap clear fault codes, and then once it clears it from here, it should be able to clear it from here as well. Now it's off the dashboard. No more lights. This device has so many functions under maintenance and service, like let's look at this immobilizer for example. It does give me some options here for key programming, but that's something that I actually want to try later. Just not enough time for this video. This device can also apparently reset the oil light, but of course if you have a manual function like this, where there's no direct computer connection, I can just reset the lights. When you go in and select it, it just gives you word instructions, just like what I'm showing here on the screen. It also does TPMS light resets, but my car doesn't have a TPMS sensor or computer, so that function will not work here. And throughout the app, sometimes you're going to get an issue like this where it says function not supported, so definitely we'll need to go back to the main screen where you have scan to the left of OBD, and then go in there to be able to diagnose this further. So I went back into the OBD screen and I just want to read some random live data. So here are all the different live data points that it's able to gather from this particular part of the screen. I'm just going to tap things like speed and then just read that. So now if I want to look at a car in more detail, like how long it's traveled since the codes were cleared, it will give me that detail, and even like engine RPM. If I rev the engine, it goes up and back down again. I went back into the scan function to dig a little bit deeper, especially since I'm in a Toyota right now, so I'm just going to check out what else I can do here. For this I got curious, so I tapped engine and then data list, and then this, which sent a code to the computer of the Prius. Now it's showing this diagnostic check to just show me all these different screens that I've never seen before. And I was able to go further and even see whether or not these different warning lights were working, which it looks like they are. Lastly, I want to play with the live data area, and it does show me this different graph of which you can export, so you could read different variables as you're tweaking the car or working on it, just so you can get the results that you're looking for, or hopefully you're looking for. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the extent to which I looked at this ThinkCar Max, and it was pretty good with what I've seen so far. It's quite a bit out of my league, but I'm slowly learning the features, and it looks to be a pretty good tool. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any particular questions, just let me know, and drop them down below in the comments. Until then, I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.